In today's world, it seems like we are constantly facing crisis after crisis. We have dealt with the global pandemic, major changes to our daily lives, economic uncertainty, political and social turmoil, and a wide range of natural disasters. On top of all that, many people are also dealing with personal traumas like the loss of a loved one, declining health, unemployment, divorce, violent crime, or tragic accidents. For so many of us, this is a time of unprecedented struggle and upheaval. Whether the source of disruption in your life is a global emergency or a personal tragedy, or both, living through difficult times can take a heavy toll on your mood, health, and outlook. It can leave you feeling helpless and overwhelmed by stress and anxiety. You may be painfully grieving all that you've lost, flooded by a slew of difficult, conflicting emotions, or uncertain about how to move on with your life. You may even feel that your life is totally out of control and you're powerless to affect whatever may happen next. While there's no way to avoid sorrow, adversity, or distress in life, there are ways to help smooth the rough waters and regain a sense of control. Resilience is the ability to cope with the loss, change, and trauma that have been inevitable parts of life even before these extraordinary times. Building resilience can help you better adapt to life-changing events, cope with turbulent times, and bounce back from hardship and tragedy. The role of resilience in times of crisis. Why do some people seem to be better able to cope in these troubling times than others? While everyone's situation is different, it is true that people with resilience tend to have a higher tolerance for the emotional distress generated by hard times. The more resilient you are, the better you're able to tolerate the feelings of stress, anxiety, and sadness that accompany trauma and adversity, and find a way to rebound from setbacks. We all go through bad times, we all experience disappointment, loss, and change, and we all feel sad, anxious, and stressed at various times in our lives. But building resilience can help you to maintain a positive outlook, face an uncertain future with less fear, and get through even the darkest days. Building resilience. If you're more sensitive to emotional distress and are finding it difficult to cope with hardship or adversity, it's important not to think of it as some kind of character flaw. Resilience isn't a macho quality and it isn't fixed, it's an ongoing process that requires effort to build and maintain over time. Unless you've faced adversity in your life before, it's unlikely you've had the need or opportunity to develop resilience. Drawing on past experiences can help you cope with the challenges you're facing today. Even if you've struggled to cope with adversity in the past, you may at least be able to recognize some of the ways of coping that don't help, such as trying to numb your feelings with drugs or alcohol. While it's often difficult to imagine anything good coming out of traumatic experiences, building resilience can help you find any positives in the difficulties you've faced. Surviving hardships can teach you important things about yourself and the world around you, strengthen your resolve, deepen your empathy, and in time enable you to evolve and grow as a human being. Building resilience can also help you to stay focused, flexible, and productive, in both good and bad times. Feel less afraid of new experiences or an uncertain future. Manage and tolerate strong emotions outside your comfort zone, even those you'd rather avoid like anger or despair. Strengthen your relationships and improve your communication skills, especially under pressure. Bolster your self-esteem. Be confident you'll eventually find a solution to a problem, even when one isn't immediately apparent. You can develop and improve these qualities of resilience at any time, regardless of your age, background, or circumstances. The following tips can help you face hardships with more confidence, better cope with these tumultuous times, and make it through to the brighter, more hopeful days ahead. Building resilience. Tip 1. Practice acceptance. While we all react to stressful events in different ways, many of us try to protect ourselves by refusing to accept the truth of what's happening. After all, by denying that you're even experiencing a crisis, you can kid yourself that you still have some sense of control over what are usually uncontrollable events. While denial can have some positive functions, it can give you an opportunity to come to terms with the shock of a traumatic event. For example, over time, it will just prolong. Accept the situation. Remember, change is an inevitable part of life, and many aspects of a changing world are outside your individual control. You can't control the spread of a virus, the pace of social change, or how the economy behaves. While it can be tough to acknowledge, railing against events or circumstances outside your control will only drain you of energy and leave you feeling anxious and hopeless. Accepting your situation, on the other hand, can free you up to devote your energy to the things that you do have control over. Focus on things within your control, make a list of all the things you can't control and give yourself permission to stop worrying about them. Instead, focus on the action you can take. If you're unemployed, you can't control whether the ideal job appears in the wants ads or whether an employer will grant you an interview. But you can control how much time and effort you put into searching for work or brushing up on your skills. Similarly, if a loved one is facing a life-threatening illness, you may have to relinquish control to the medical experts, but you can still focus on providing your loved one with as much emotional support as possible. Accept change by looking to your past. Looking back at examples where you've coped with uncertainty and change before can help you accept your current situation. Perhaps you suffered a painful breakup in the past and were eventually able to move on with your life. Or you lost a job and ended up finding a better one. Examining your past successes can also help you see past the current crisis and derive some confidence that you'll be able to pull through again. Accept your feelings. It's tempting to believe that the best way to get through hard times is by ignoring painful emotions and putting on a brave face. But unpleasant emotions exist whether you choose to acknowledge them or not. Trying to prevent your emotions from surfacing will only fuel your stress, delay acceptance of your new situation, and prevent you from moving on. By allowing yourself to feel your emotions, you'll find that even the most intense, upsetting feelings will pass, the trauma of these tough times will start to fade, and you'll be able to find a path forward. Talk to someone you trust about what you're experiencing or use resources like online emotional intelligence tools to reconnect with your emotions. Grieve your losses. Undergoing tough times usually involves some kind of loss. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, the loss of a job, or the loss of your old life, it's important you allow yourself the opportunity to grieve. Only by facing your grief, acknowledging and mourning your losses, will you be able to heal and eventually move on with your life. Additional tips for building resilience. Reach out to others. Connecting with friends and family can help ease stress, boost your mood, and make sense of all the change and disruption. Prioritize relationships, avoid negative people, and consider expanding your social network. Invest in self-care. Caring for your physical and mental health is crucial for building resilience. Get enough exercise, practice relaxation techniques, improve your sleep, eat well, and manage your overall stress levels. Look for meaning and purpose. Pursue activities that bring meaning and purpose to your life, like giving help to others, pursuing your hobbies, or expressing gratitude. This can help you keep your problems in perspective and maintain your identity. Stay motivated, deal with problems one step at a time, celebrate small wins, try to maintain a hopeful outlook, and be kind to yourself as you navigate difficult times. Remember, building resilience is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself, practice these tips consistently, and allow yourself to grow stronger and more adaptable through even the toughest challenges. You have the potential to build resilience and weather any storm that life throws your way. I encourage you to leave a comment below sharing your own experiences with building resilience and coping with adversity. Let's support each other on this journey towards greater strength and hope in the face of life's challenges. Thank you very much.